folks, welcome to the channel, Rockin' the Country. I'm Don. I've got a gift request today that I'm looking forward to. It's a review. I reacted to this song, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, and I cracked up about it. Now, I'm a Jersey guy, right? And other than 2 years taking care of my mother in Florida, I've lived in Jersey my whole life. Spent a lot of time in the South. I've got beautiful friends in Arkansas. My surrogate daughters are from Arkansas. They went to U of A. Spent a lot of time South Carolina, North Carolina, and I've just been everywhere. And I love people wherever. In any case, Hank Williams Jr.'s "If the South Would Have Won" is a gift request from Kyle Perkins. Kyle said he wanted me to do this one, even though it might be a bit controversial. And I'm like, no. Controversy is only controversy depending on how you respond to it and your frame of reference. So anyway, we're just going to get into this. I love Hank. This is a funny song, but there's certain elements to it that some people may take very seriously. I don't. Because you know what? In life, some of the things that I laughed the hardest about were like the beatings that I took, not physical punch fight beatings. Those are rarely fun, but like in sports, sometimes you come up against somebody and you're like, good God, this guy, I can't do anything with him. And like in basketball, I was a very good street ball player. And every so often, there were only two guys I remember I couldn't do anything with. I just could not block their shot. I could not read where they were going with the ball. They just had that other dimension, and I don't get pissed off. But anyway, enough of that. Let's listen to what Hank's got to say. If the South would have won. All right, here we go. You gotta respect people's frames of reference in life.
If the South would have won, we'd have had it made. I'd probably run for president of the southern states. The day Elvis passed away would be our national holiday. If the South would have won, we'd have had it made. I'd make my Supreme Court down in Texas. And we wouldn't have no killers getting off free. If they were proven guilty, then they would swing quickly instead of writing books and smiling on TV. We'd all learn Cajun cooking in Louisiana, and I'd put that capital back in Alabama. We'd put Florida on the right track, cause we'd take Miami back and throw all them pushers in the slammer. Oh, if the South would have won, we'd have had it made. I'd probably run for president of the southern states.
The
day young Skinner died, we'd show our southern pride. If the South would have won, we'd have had it made. A little Dixieland,
New Orleans. Ah, yes. Saints go marching in.
The whiskey made in Tennessee.
Most of it is anyway.
Raised in those Kentucky hills. Yeah. The national treasury would be in Tupelo, Mississippi, and I'd put Hank Williams' picture on $100 bills. I'd have all the cars.
Real quick, the $100 bill is the most printed bill that the U.S. Mint makes. The $100 bill, because that was true about 30 years ago and 20 years ago. I don't know about in the digital age now, but the interbank transfers of actual cash, $100 bills, is the way that it was done. So it's the most widely circulated and printed bill was the 100, and I have Hank's on it. I'd still be all right with that today if Hank's was on there.
Cars made in the Carolinas, and I'd ban all the ones made in China. I'd have every girl child sent to Georgia to learn to smile and talk with that southern accent. It drives me wild.
And my girlfriend's from Kentucky. I'll give you an amen, eh?
for president of the southern states.
When?
When Patsy Cline passed away, that would be our national holiday. If the South would have won, we'd have had it made. I said, if the South would have won, we'd have had it made. Might even be better off.
I thought the other version that I had done was like, maybe it was a live version where he was like, just don't do this because they might come down here again. Speaking of the Northerners. And that's about the Civil War, otherwise known as the War of Northern Aggression for folks in the Deep South, maybe in the shallow South. I don't know. But here's the thing, when people get into moralizing, they lose track, sight of the fact that you got to be proud of where you're from. I mean, you don't have to be. But we don't agree with everything about where we grew up. We don't agree with everything our parents taught us. We don't agree with the culture that we might have been raised in and all that stuff. We form, presumably, some of our own views as life marches on. Being proud of where you're from is just a beautiful thing. I have a lot of friends from Russia who are not happy with Putin at all. They hate him. And for example, not all of them, but most. And it's, people have thoughts about where they're from. People who, immigrate from Cuba, for example, or from other countries, North Korea. There's some people who escaped, and it's like they don't refer to Kim Jong-il as their grand leader any longer, a great leader. It's, but they still miss their home country. It's just part of the human psyche. So, but the way Hank depicted it, these aren't fighting words, you know what I mean? So, no, Kyle, obviously, I'm not offended, wasn't offended by this song. I loved it. Loved it the first time I heard it. I love Hank. Good dude. What was the song where, A Country Boy Can Survive, where he's like, I had a friend up in New York City and never called me by my name, just Hillbilly. And I'd send him, homemade wine or moonshine, whatever he sent him. He'd send me pictures of the Broadway lights, and his friend lost his life over $43. A dude stabbed him. And I think that was a true story. So, you can love what you have. You can love where you're from. You can, all of that stuff. And still, have friends from what would have been across the aisle or what have you. I don't know. Just, embrace the people in front of you. That's all I do. Politically, religiously, it doesn't matter. Embrace the people in front of you. Hank does that, man. He embodies that in just the way he goes about living his life. So, Kyle, that was fantastic. I love this song. I'm so glad to be doing it, too. I'm going to come in with a 9.4 on this one. I don't know what I gave it the first time, but this is what I'm coming in with, a 9.4. And I would vote for Hank's picture on a $100 bill. I love the guy. All right, guys. I hope you like that one. Have a great, and for those of you who might think it's controversial because Hank is like advocating for slavery or something like that, he's not. So lighten up. Anyhow, that's my take. Have a great day, folks. See you on another video. Have a lot of fun and keep rocking the country.